Hello, viewers. Welcome to this month's edition of Balanced Breed. I want to welcome each and every one of us, those online viewing us right now. Thank you for joining us. God bless you. This evening, I want to tell you that if you're joining us for the first time, if this is your first time joining us in this platform, I want you to like and share our comments with your loved ones. This platform is where women get blessed. And I believe this evening you are going to be blessed. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Grace Johnson. And with me here this evening, I have my wonderful doctor, Dr. Matthew Ojetokun. Thank you very much for coming. We really appreciate you.
You're welcome.
This evening we're going to be talking on a topic which says it's sanctuary. God's own sanctuary. You know, if you talk about sanctuary, you should be talking of so many things. A sanctuary is a place of safety or protection. And this evening we are going to be discussing is sanctuary pertaining health. So thank you so much for joining us. A physical body is given to each and every one of us by our lovely Father, which is in heaven. He created our body as a tabernacle for us to have a spirit and to assist us in the quest which He has given us and to fulfill our measure, the reason why we are being created. You know, our bodies are very important. And in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19 to 20, it says, "Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, which is given to you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. You were bought as a price. Therefore, honor God with your body." So this evening, we're going to be talking about our body as God's own sanctuary. So, sir, this brings me to this question. Talking about a sanctuary and a body, medically, is there any connection between a sanctuary and a body? That's if you want to explain to us briefly what a body is and what a sanctuary is.
All right. Good evening, viewers. Thank you for having me. To briefly answer that question, I want to talk as a health worker, not a preacher. And I would like to liken our body to a sanctuary.
Okay.
In the way that I want to liken sanctuary as a holy building that has outer parts with beautifications inside. For instance, there is in every temple, of course, you have the walls, and in there you see a lot of beautifications. The same thing with our bodies.
Yeah.
Our bodies, we have the outer covering, which can be likened to the skin,
Okay.
our muscles, and the bones. And the inner parts include all the livers, the intestine, which need to be taken good care of.
Yeah.
So I think I will briefly answer it in that manner.
So our body actually harbors, it allows us to do so wonderful things. It has so many compartments in it, which is the organs which we have in the body. Thank you so much. And again, how do we, now let's talk as women. How do we treat this body, this our body, as a temple of God, as women? I'm speaking in the aspect of women. You know, they say women are the cornerstone of the household, but we need to treat our body as temple. So how do we do that?
Okay. The body, I haven't likened the body to the temple of God. And also considering the Bible verse that we actually quoted initially, I want to say that even God, our Maker, valued this body.
Yeah.
Very, very importantly. You know, just to also prove that God valued this body, during creation, when God was creating everything, when it's time to create man, God turned to himself and he said, let make man in our own image. That still buttress the fact that God really value our body. So if God that gave us this body value it, we ourselves need to take very good care of the body. And as a woman, God created women as a special species.
Yeah.
In fact, they carry out some function that nobody, if you are not a woman, that can perform those functions. I know that with time we'll mention some of the functions. So as a woman, you need to take very, very good care of your body because of the important place and function you play in the society.
Thank you so very much. So that means we as a woman, as women, we should, the way we take care of the temple of God, the way you value the temple, also respect your body, which is also the temple of God. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. A woman's health, they say a woman's health is very, very important, especially in the family. So why is it that important? It's not only women that lives in the family, of course. Every other person lives. But why is a woman's health very important in the family?
Well, let me mention some things. Earlier, I mentioned that there are some functions that nobody on earth can perform if you are not a woman. For instance, if you are not a woman, you cannot menstruate. If you are not a woman, you cannot get pregnant and deliver a baby. So imagine removing a woman out of the world.
Wow.
Just imagine how the world will look like.
Exactly.
So the health of a woman is very, very important. Let me give an instance. In the last 5 days, my wife has been away. And it's something else, just 5 days. I really value that. So imagine if it were sickness. This is traveling, just travel for just 5 days. And I've known what it means to live without a woman for 5 days. So imagine if sickness is holding somebody down, a woman especially. The family will definitely suffer a lot.
Wow. If a woman is sick, there is no food for the house. Especially if the husband couldn't do anything. I think, thank you so much. We really appreciate. Women, they said a woman is a cornerstone, is the cornerstone of health in the family. And the health of a woman also affects every family, including their child. So that is a very wonderful thing. Sir, we as a woman now, let me come. Because we call ourselves sometimes like some women, my mom is a superwoman. She can do anything. Which my mom is a superwoman is a statement we always said. But we always forget that this woman has a body. So how do we treat this body? How do we take care of our body as a woman? In order to live healthy, in order to be healthy for our family and even our community.
Thank you so much. I think that is very important in this aspect of the discussion tonight. How do women take good care of themselves? I think with my earlier description, a woman has a body with a covering. The covering starting from the skin, the muscles, the bony structure, and the inner organs. So the health we are talking about should be a holistic issue. Starting from the skin, a woman should take good care of her skin. I want to begin with that. A lot of women, they use a lot of things that destroy skin. For instance, bleaching creams. That alone can cause a lot of problem for the woman. We've seen in the hospital women that come down with all manner of sicknesses just because of what they apply on the skin. What you apply on the skin, the problem it can cause is to not only be limited to the skin. It can even go down to the inner organs. So taking good care of skin by not bringing in contact with those things that can destroy the skin. And I've mentioned one, bleaching creams, soaps, and co. Then a woman, in order to stay healthy and to be happy, you need some of the things that we mentioned. One of the things is that a woman needs to nourish her body with good food. The food needs to be balanced.
Yeah.
A lot of women, especially in this our dispensation, are very lazy. We've seen a lot of women that cannot even cook. Because of that, they depend on junks.
Yeah.
So, a woman that wants to stay healthy needs to nourish herself with a balanced diet. That is one. Another important thing for a woman to stay healthy is you should create a time for a good sleep. Okay. In fact, I want to recommend that every woman at least, yes, we know that women are busy. You want to take good care of your children.
Yeah.
You want to do this, you want to do that, clean the house, take the children to school. But however, even with that, if you are not healthy, even the family, they will definitely suffer.
Of course.
The children you want to take to school, you will not be able to do that. So create time to have a very, very good sleep. And at least your sleep should not be less than 8 hours in a day. Okay. I want to also recommend that women should create time for little exercise. You mustn't go to gym before you know that you are exercising. No. You can, even within your house, within 30 minutes to 60 minutes, you can keep yourself busy. And that will go a long way in keeping your body fit. So please, our women, you are so valuable, so precious to us. Please create time to exercise. One of the important things I will mention here is that we've seen a lot of women indulging in all manner of bad habits now. Drug abuse, cigarette smoking. So please, I want to encourage women. The drug abuse I'm talking about is not only taking cocaine. Some of the women, just mere feeling pain relief. Little pain relief. When I was in Jos University Teaching Hospital, I was with a professor of gastroenterology. And he did a research. We noticed pain relief, the destruction that drug causes is not a small destruction. Wow. Most of the people with excavated ulcer, you see deep ulcer bleeding, it could be as a result of all those so-called pain reliefs. So please, let's avoid drug. I want to also say we should let water be an important part of our diet. Drink a lot of water.
Okay.
We are in an era that you are thirsty, you want to take Coke. You want to take juice.
It's very
so
common.
Water should be very, very important part of our diet. Before I hold on in this aspect, I want to also recommend that women should take good hygiene as a culture. Let me use that language.
Okay.
Good hygiene. We cannot overemphasize this. Women, because, even as important as women are, their body is very, very delicate. If you play with your hygiene, it can cause a lot of problems. Starting from the private part to every part of the body, hygiene. Hand washing, washing of hands before a meal. Also, after toilet, using the toilet, we should wash our hands. We should ensure that we brush at least after every meal. If that is difficult, at least morning and night. So hygiene. I think women should always take good care of their body. I think I'll hold on.
Thank you so much for that enlightenment. Thank you very much. Saying that a woman should take care of herself is a very important thing. Because without you taking care of yourself as a woman, honestly, you are endangering the life of your family. You are putting them in danger. Because by the time you are not healthy, by the time you break down, everybody in the family, they are already down. And you are responsible for their well-being. So women should always care for themselves. Don't say, I can do and undo. I can do this, I can do this. Sometimes we need to think that our body is very important. The spirit, God, is God that creates our body. And he say, if you say, sometimes we will say it is not our body, it's the spirit that the Lord has given to us. But mind you, that spirit needs your body to function. So every woman, please take care of your body. Then, sir, we have already heard that we should always care for our body, but what if we couldn't do that? Somehow, women fall victim of that. So what are the negative effects of not caring for our body? What could it result to for us?
I think there are a lot of implication of a woman not taking good care of herself. A lot. And I will still go the way I started. I saw a woman recently with all manner of skin diseases. In fact, it was so bad to an extent that when she's driving, she said she would need to park just to look for a comb or a stick to scratch
Wow,
the thing
that
and
bad.
disfigure the entire skin.
Wow.
So I'm just talking about the skin. Moving down to the inner organs. If you are not healthy, starting from what you eat, I mentioned earlier, brushing of teeth, trimming of our nails. If your nails are not well taken care of, and you are using it to put things in your mouth, you can transfer a lot of things down there. And once the germs get to the inner part, they can destroy any part of the body. Once you can develop a gastroenteritis. From gastroenteritis, that patient that has that kind of disease can vomit till it becomes dehydrated. Can be stooling till it gets dehydrated. And of course, in health, we don't play with dehydration. Dehydration can kill so fast. So it has a lot of negative implications. And we've mentioned also that they are very, very important. I'm just wondering, the mother of the house that will wake up as early as possible to take good care of the house, if that woman come down with just gastroenteritis for 5 days.
Wow.
You know how the family will suffer. Not only gastroenteritis, because of what we eat nowadays, we are seeing all manner of diseases. I met a young lady, 29. She was terribly sick. And after a thorough examination, we were wondering what could have caused this disease. Guess what? Just high blood sugar.
Wow.
And you'll be wondering at this age, you could guess what is causing that. The diet that she depends on, not taking good care of herself. So she was terribly sick. She was admitted. We tried to control the sugar. Well, we did, but the organs that control sugar has already been damaged. I don't think the pancreas, up to today, I'm telling you, she's still suffering from the same disease.
Wow.
So we can go on and mention all manner of diseases and ailments that a woman that refuses to take good care of herself can come down with.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. Something popped into my mind right now. And I want to give us a scenario of a lady. She got married, and after a kid, after one kid, she decided to go for family planning. And that women, that's why women are very wonderful. After giving birth to a child, then for you to take care of your child, for you not to have any kind of pregnancy that is unplanned, you have to go for family planning, of course. But do you know the implication of that family planning? So many women that they can come up with different effects, signs of that planning. So in her own case, she has high blood pressure, then she feels dizzy suddenly, and she just lost her balance. Then later, after so many investigations, they discovered that it was that family planning which she had that's giving her that kind of symptom. So, and they discovered that her blood pressure has been elevated. So she decided to remove it. Meanwhile, her husband is the kind of person that anytime he needs her, he wants her to be available. Now, what I'm trying to bring out is that she always gives in to that, meaning that it is my responsibility as a woman. I'm the wife of the house. I need to do my responsibility like that. But at the end of the day, something happened that even when the husband comes, anytime, any moment, he wants her, but she just decides to allow him. But at the end of the day, she has health challenge that she keeps bleeding, her blood pressure never stop, she has a STD, like infections that's very, and anytime they said, this infection, let's treat, the husband don't want to do that. So in this kind of case, because of her responsibility as a woman, she neglects herself. She succumbs to whatever he says. So what could happen? As in, what could she do in this case? Is it supposed to be that way?
All right. As a doctor, when you were mentioning that BP was as a result of family planning, I was just having a contrary view. Well, to some, they believe that's the case. In fact, just yesterday, I met a woman. When she came, she was just, all her emphasis was that 8 years ago after delivery, she went and did family planning. And she even mentioned specifically Depo-Provera, just a short dose, that ever since she was not able to conceive. So she attributes the infertility to Depo-Provera. But to us, I don't think that is right. Okay. I don't think it's true. Depo-Provera has a lifespan. As a matter of fact, if she doesn't take it, after 3 months, she can get pregnant. So you can't say something that half-life of 3 months will stop your pregnancy for 8 years. However, I don't still want to rule it out completely, but consider the number of women that are using family planning and the number that are coming down with infertility. You can know that the number is very, very insignificant. So it's not true. I think, you mentioned vital points when you are describing the woman.
Okay.
That she was bleeding, she has urinary tract infection.
Yeah.
Of course, it still boils down to the hygiene we're talking about. Some women are very, very dirty. Time will not permit us to mention a lot of things. A woman that is menstruating, at least every 4 hours, you're supposed to change your pad and check your undies. Some wear it for 2 days. That alone can cause urinary tract infection. Do you know that period, the pH of the vagina is already distorted?
Okay.
Because of that hygienic habit. And that can make her vulnerable to infection. So I don't want to absolutely believe that it is a family planning that is causing that problem. Yes, we are very, very mindful of the fact that family planning have their own side effects. But just to develop BP, infection because of family is not true. It has to do with habit and hygiene also. So I think I will answer that in that way.
Thank you so much. You see, talking about woman health is very broad, and our body as a woman is a wonderful thing. Women could be coming down with now they may diagnose a man and a woman with the same condition, but the symptom which the woman will exhibit is different from that of man. And it's because of the kind of composition we have in us. Those special organs that God has given us in order to do. It is a woman that will menstruate. It is a woman that will give birth. It is a woman that will go through menopause. It is a woman, it's just, so we really need to care for ourselves, which is very important. A woman who is up and doing for the sake of her family. Now, is it good for a woman to take responsibility of everything in the house, yet the man is not appreciating it? Is it right? Now, for instance, the woman may not really complain. Sometimes she may not complain because the situation can come, but is it really right for that man not to appreciate it? Because I don't see the reason why he won't appreciate. So can you please elaborate for us?
Okay, I think that answer is very, very simple. It's not right. Especially in the Christendom. You cannot leave a woman to just be doing everything. You are couples. As the Bible describes as a helpmate. So you can't just leave a rational man will not leave a woman to do everything. Not only do everything, you don't appreciate. Let's even assume you cannot assist. The best way to go is to keep on appreciating her. Keep on appreciating. But I see no reason why a woman should be left doing everything in the house. It's not right. That's the simple answer to that.
Thank you. So that means I should always tell my husband, no, I cannot do it.
No, that's not what we are saying. Because, of course, we are African. And the African belief is very, very different. Just mere telling him that, no, it's not right, that alone can even trigger a lot of problems. There are better way, polite way to do. But honestly, as a Christian husband, to me, I don't think a woman need to ask me that this is not right, help me this before I do. No. We are not trained to go that way in Christianity. We were counseled before marriage. And a man knows what is right and what is not right. So, but to answer your question, I think it must be done in a polite way so that should not house.
Okay. Thank you so much. A woman's health. If, come to think of it, if a woman come up with a condition, for instance, kidney disease, and she's been diagnosed, peradventure, the symptoms is not really too severe, but the diagnosis is already there. So she still has the strength to do it. She still has the strength to go on. You understand? She has the strength to carry on, and she thinks everything. Should that kind of give her a way that she should not care? Because now, let me put it this way, that fine, I'm a Christian woman. I believe so much in God. Is it possible for me to neglect my health because I believe that God heals?
Thank you so much. I think I was even expecting that aspect also. I wanted to mention earlier, we've talked about ways by which women can stay healthy. And we've mentioned some, not all. We cannot exhaust them here. I have some other things that I want to quickly mention before I answer that question. Since we are dealing more with women this evening, I think I want to also recommend that women should take time to do breast exam. It's part of the way to stay healthy. Do self-breast examination as often as you could. Just stay in front of your mirror, examine your breast. In case of any lumps, quickly present in the hospital. I also want to recommend regular blood pressure check. Please, women, as part of the medical workup to keep you healthy, ensure that you regularly check your BP and sugar. You might not be checking every year, every month. You can make it once in a year, especially to those that don't have family history. But if you have family history, possibly mother, father, uncle, are suffering from those diseases, especially BP and sugar, let it be a frequent way of checking. You should create time to always check, possibly once in 6 months or once in a year. So it's one of my recommendations. And also, women may be out of shy. Some women don't want to at least handle their health challenge well. They don't want to go to an appropriate place. For instance, a woman is having vaginal discharge. And she just shy. How will I go and tell the doctor that I have vaginal?
I have it. Imagine.
So that had made a lot of women to develop from the discharge. She developed PID. From PID, some women had even developed the infertility. Just something that can easily be treated. So please, let also not shy away from that. And whenever a woman is having any abnormal feeling, please let's go to the appropriate place. I will keep on emphasizing that. People are going to wrong places. In fact, when you see some health professionals talking, you should run away from them. Somebody sent some health tips to me yesterday. Immediately I replied, I said, please absolutely discard that information. Those information are very, very wrong. So, they deceive a lot of people. So don't let them go to an appropriate facility. Don't just stay with people that will destroy your health. That is equally very, very important in dealing with our health. So now, to answer your question, I think the reason why I quickly mentioned this, most of the people that even have kidney problem, some of them go to our dialysis center. Higher proportions, it started with BP.
Yeah.
So neglect, before you know, the BP become persistently elevated and begin to kill organs. I was so embarrassed in accident and emergency unit of my facility recently. A woman was bundled in. She was in a revival center. I guess she was an usher. I don't want to mention the name of the ministry. She was wearing their apron. Maybe from there some will have idea. They brought her with their own apron. She fell and lost consciousness in a revival center where prayer is going on.
Wow.
So most of our Muslim nurses were laughing. Actually, we went to pray.
Wow.
But guess what?
Wow.
She played with her BP.
Wow.
The BP, when we checked, it was so elevated to an extent that it causes a partial stroke for her. Wow. She developed left weakness. So a woman should not in any way neglect her health. Don't say, God forbid, it's not my portion. No, God has endowed some people to make diagnosis and treat. So allow them to do their work. Don't say because you are praying, you are a Christian, you should neglect your health. Please, we should handle our health with care.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. We really thank you for that enlightenment. Women really need to be cautious of what is going on within our body. Sometimes we try to overlook. For instance, I'm feeling headache, and I just overlook it. Don't worry, it will go away and continue with life, which shouldn't be.
Some will be told that your BP is elevated.
Wow.
They will say, over my dead body. God forbid, it's not my portion. Instead of you to keep on checking, they neglect. I don't think that is right.
Okay, thank you so much. When a woman worries too much about anything, as probably about her family, at work, whatever, there is this worry. You see the woman, you see that there is worry in her. She's just so down. What are the consequences? Don't know that being worried could really actually lead to death. So what can be the consequences of being worried? Too much worries for women.
Wow. Worry has a lot of consequences. When you are worried, you lose concentration.
Wow.
When you are worried, coordinated. In fact, a worried human being is moving on the road. He doesn't even know that car is closer to him.
Wow.
Worry can lead to stress. From stress, depression will set in. From depression, psychosis set in. From psychosis, they say the woman or man is mad. But you don't know that it's as simple as the worriness. You cannot concentrate. You cannot even remember anything. You lose coordination. So, and as a child of God, I don't think that should be the solution.
Take care of ourselves. And I believe that everything we've had, sir, thank you so much. Everything we have had today, we know that if we have not been doing that before, we will take notes of this. You see, being physically healthy enables us to have a better overall health, including our family and our relationship. If you are healthy, your overall health is sure, because your family too will enjoy that grace that has been given. If we refuse to take care of our body, because this body that we have is just one, and we really need it to be functional. So that is why taking care of it is our responsibility, and also for the benefit of our family, even the people around us. You see, if that our body needs us to function well, not only in the family, even everywhere we are, our body needs us to be functional. So this body needs total care, just as we are taking care of the temple of God. We also need to take care of our body. It is our responsibility. That's what Dr. Matthew is trying to tell us. Women, respect your body. It's not only with whatever you eat, even the clothes you put on. Yes, your dressing is very, because your appearance also speaks who you are. If you did not appear well, nobody will respect you. Your inner mind will be shattered. Because if somebody disgraces you right now, because of the way, that is a worry, which could lead to depression. So please, even if it's just very small amount you have to buy whatever you want to wear it well. And let the body fit, coupled with the Spirit of God in you. And I believe everything will be sure. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you, sir. Thank you for coming again. We appreciate. Thank you, viewers, for joining us this evening. And I believe we have already benefited so much in this topic. Thank you. Please, once again, like, comment, and share our page with your loved ones. And the Lord bless you. Thank you so much.